So first to start, I actually really liked the topic overall. I liked the subject far more than I expected, and yeah, it was quite a surprise to me that it was in English because I expected it to be in German, and that was a challenge I quite liked, even though I would have preferred it in German because it would be more easy to really express what I want to say. So that was sometimes quite challenging, especially in the oral versions of the subject. But all in all, I really liked the challenge. I liked like that the just the pure context of it was more on a different side than the usual topics, and that it was not about writing the perfect exam and learning for it, but just rather than working with it and getting to know the subject and the topic we chose, and then try to work on our own product. And I really liked that as a starting point. So to one specific event that was right at the start. I think we were quite a huge group. So my group was the last group, and I don't know why, but we were by far the biggest. So we were 7 members, and that was something that was quite challenging because yeah, 7 different people, a lot of different opinions about the topic, different time schedules, and so it was quite difficult to arrange meetings with all persons. So sometimes one or two were missing, which you can't, which you can't really do anything against it. But we tried to split up our group a little bit on the different topics. So all in all, it went quite well, so that everybody was with one or two partners. So the group was a little bit smaller, and then we could do it. My second frustration topic was, I think it was right after the beginning, on the 20th October or something like that, when we decided for our topic in longevity, and it was Alzheimer, and we decided for that topic because we thought it would be quite interesting, but in that exact moment we didn't even know what the task exactly was. So after that, it was quite hard to find a product to prevent Alzheimer, because it was about prevention rather than finding a solution, and that's what you told us. And because of there isn't any solution for the sickness at all right now, it was quite hard to find a product that fits the idea of the whole class. The third frustration topic I had was I think it was the week after, on the 24th October, and it was finding good interview partners. I think it was really challenging to really find a partner who really fits the topic, because I didn't have that in my family, and that's why it was quite difficult to really get something out of the interviews. But in the end, I found a friend of mine who was committed to that, or a friend of my sister actually, and that was okay. And I had the same struggles after that in the second interview. But so I think the learnings out of my interviews weren't that strong in comparison to the others. But all in all, we had pretty good basement to work on our product. The first specific event where I learned something new was actually not really a learning, but it was quite nice to see that we conducted our first interviews, and after that we had some time pressure to really find a good product to showcase that in the second interview phase. And I could really see that we had a lot of ideas in our group, and that under pressure we worked really well together and found a fitting solution and a product everybody was okay with. And yeah, that was a really nice learning, and I really liked that in our team that from that point on we really worked on one line and tried to get the best out possible. My next key learning was, I think it was in between the years. It was between Christmas and New Year, and there we really worked on our product and how it should look. And I did that with Peraven together. We were the two who designed the product. And yeah, it was really fun to create the product and really bring our ideas in and get it in a whole picture, how it should look. And after that, it was really interesting to see what really has to go into the product itself and how much would that cost when we looked it up in the internet and searched for like some prices for equal products, but also the technical side and the construction side. And then that was the first moment where I really saw for the first time that it really needs a lot to get this product together, and what's going on behind all that, with all the cost, with all the infrastructure and stuff like that. That was really cool to see. The last thing was about the pitch. I mean, it was the first time I've ever done a pitch before. So it was quite nice to see how that works out. I think it was on the 15th of January where we did it the first time, and where we thought about how we could do it and handle the situation. And you gave us some tips as well that really helped. And it was quite nice to see that it's not about the presentation and stuff like that, but really to bring the most important facts together, and not about talking for 10 to 15 minutes about one topic, but rather than really going to the key points and the facts. And I think we really try to do that. It was quite challenging at some point because some topics are far more bigger than others. And we were the group of 7, so we had to find a solution how to fit that all into one presentation. And yeah, that was another point that was difficult because there were so many people. It was quite challenging to really give everybody the time he needs to speak about this topic, but keep it into the time barriers. And that was quite a good learning. And I think we would do it different, maybe a little bit more freer in the next time, and a little bit more enthusiastic. But I think that was in the moment the best we could do. So the 3 knowledge areas or skill areas I improved the most. I think it was normally when you speak English, it's just on vacation and just on small chatting and small talk and stuff like that when you are on a longer travel. But that was actually the first time or second time I really spoke English during a course, and it wasn't just like frontal lessons in English, but it was about talking. So I think my not really business English, but my English in general got a little bit better, and I really try to speak in English and really try to tell what I want to tell in English. And that was just nice because you don't get these situations that often, and that was really good to use in the lesson. The second thing is, I think I've never worked that much with AI and photo creation, and basically our whole product based on that. So we needed to develop the product with AI, and that was really cool because you really could try things. And I think this whole class would be much more difficult in terms of bringing a finished product to the presentation if there wasn't AI. So that was really helpful. And AI also helps a lot with all the all the stuff you have to remember in the whole topic, with all the products you need, with all the costs you need to look at, and that really helps you to get a good overview. And that was a really good key learning for me to really see what it needs to bring a product alive, and what big of a challenge it is. Yeah, and that was another big key for learning for me. And the third thing was, actually we started that at the start of the third semester by learning how to work in a group. And that was something that was really needed in this course. And although it's sometimes quite challenging and not that nice to always work with another person, because sometimes you just want to do the work on your own, we had that in all the other classes, so it was quite nice to have a group where you could discuss things and ask questions, and just have like conversations about the problems you have. And that was really nice to see, and really nice to learn how to coordinate the things, how to coordinate the teamwork, how it develops over time. Yeah, and that was another big learning I got. Also, how you have to adapt in the team, and how to articulate your willings. And that was really nice to see in our group, and really nice to learn. So actually, I think in the end we got a pretty good dynamic all in all together. So basically, just to say at the end, was really cool course. Wasn't the most easy one, but I liked it a lot more that we didn't have that one last exam in the end, where you just try to learn everything and as much as possible to get a good result. It was rather than working over time all together on our product, and that was a really good alternative to the other ones, and really helped me a lot, especially in the last phase of January, so that we had already had like one big topic of our sheet. And yeah, that was really cool. And also the ideas the course gave you, to just get an idea of how everything works, was really nice to see. And yeah, it was actually nice, not these online courses, just everything in front of you. And yeah, the good atmosphere in the class, that was really something that I joined over the last 3 to 4 months.